there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one. We are going to be doing an eyeshadow palette battle. I love doing these when the Balm comes out with new eyeshadow palettes because I feel like they always come out with more than one. I love doing these battles and it seems like you guys really enjoy them too. So today we are going to be trying out the Petal to the Metal eyeshadow palettes from the Balm. They're new cream eyeshadow palettes, so we're gonna kind of be testing them out. I'm gonna use one on each one of my eyes and see which one we end up liking better. So if that sounds good, why don't we go ahead and get started. We have a new release from the Balm. This is something a little bit different for them. They came out with these two new eyeshadow palettes. These are actually cream eyeshadow palettes. So something a little bit different. I feel like you don't see cream eyeshadow palettes all too often. So we have two different ones. So here is the packaging. I always love the Balm's packaging. I feel like it's so cute. They do have an outer sleeve on them. And this one here is the Shift into Neutral. And it kind of has the whole card theme. They do that a lot with their palettes, but this is the inside of the palette. They retail for $29.50 each one of them. They do have a mirror on the inside, and then you are also getting 8 different shades, and again, these are all cream. So they're going to be cream eyeshadow shades. I will be honest, I don't always love cream eyeshadows, but these do say they're going to be creaseless, so we will see how they perform in the eyes. I'm going to try them out in this video just with the eyeshadows, not using any mattes with them, but I know you can use them with mattes as well. So we also have this one here, and this one is the Shift into Overdrive. So this one's going to be a little bit more of a vampier palette than the first one. You have some blues in here, some more like cranberry, some deeper shades in this one. There's a gold. Particularly for me, I feel like I'm gravitating more towards this one, but the neutral one is really pretty as well. So we're going to try them both out. I will go ahead and swatch both of them, and then we will get started testing them out on the eyes. So I want to start first with the Shift into Overdrive palette. Here are all 8 of these swatches from that one. As you can see, it's almost like the one side is just like regular cream, true shimmers, and then the other side almost has more of an iridescent look to it. And this one you can kind of see there's more of a shift into the colors. You can really see those glitters kind of peeking through. So I'm excited to try this one out on the eyes. Next, let's go ahead and shift into the neutral palette and swatch that one. All right, and here are swatches from the neutral palette. So this one definitely has more of a purpley vibe to it, but again, you have those really pretty shifts, not as much as in the other palette, but you still have quite pretty shifts. I really like this like iridescent-y purple shade right here. So here are all swatches from the neutral palette. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and try each one of them out on the eyes. I'm first gonna start, I think, with the Overdrive palette. We'll try that on this side of my face, and then I'll do the neutral on the other side. You guys can kind of let me know what you think of the two, what we think of the formula as we go along. So they do recommend that you use an eyeshadow primer, so I'm just gonna be going in with the primer potion with this one, and I'm just gonna go in with this. This is from Urban Decay, and just prime my lids really quickly. That's going to help with the shadows to not crease on us. It says that they are going to be creaseless shadows, so I feel like my problem with cream eyeshadows is a lot of times they do really crease on my eyes. So I'm hoping that with applying the lid primer as well as it's saying they're creaseless, that will not happen. And then you're obviously not going to want to set your lids either because these are cream shadows. So they might work on top of mattes, but more than likely they'll kind of slip around. So I'm just going to apply this and then go on directly above them. Okay, so now that we've got our base on, we're going to start with the Overdrive palette right here. I do have a few brushes that I pulled out. For the most part, I think I'm going to kind of work with my fingers with this palette, but I am going to start with a brush first off. I'm going to go into Hybrid, this one right here, and I am going to apply this one into my crease. Now, I want to try this out with a brush just so we can kind of see how it does perform. I'm not really sure if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. So I'm kind of just going to work this into my crease and see how that looks. Kind of just sweep it all over everywhere I want it to go. I wasn't really sure if this would even show up this way. It definitely is. It's just not as pigmented as it would be if you use your finger, but that's okay because we're just kind of going in with this to kind of map where we want the shadows to go. So I am just applying this all over the lid with a fluffy brush. I'm just kind of mapping it out again. So I feel like that looks pretty good. So I really want to play with these blues and the golds. I think that's kind of like what I'm going in, but I wanted to get down a base first. So I think I'm going to go in with Lemon, this one right here, and I'm going to put this one all over my lid. So I am going in with like a flat shader brush. This one is from Fairer Brushes, and I'm going to begin to apply this all over my lid. And it definitely seems pretty pigmented. And this seems like it would be a pretty easy palette. I feel like that is the good thing about cream shadows, is they're pretty easy to use because there's not a lot of like blending involved. You kind of just pop them on and you're good to go. So that part about cream shadows is nice. So that right there I feel like is a really pretty just like basic look that you could be able to do with this palette. I am going to take some of the shade Classic on my finger, and I am going to apply this just over top. It's kind of more of like a green blue, and see how those layer. If you can see, I put it on like in the middle there. I feel like it's just giving us like a hint of green in there. We're just kind of packing that on top. That looks really foiled and really, really pretty. I'm actually pretty impressed with the pigmentation on these. They don't feel like sticky on the lid, which is again a problem I have with cream eyeshadows. I feel like your lids kind of stick together. They just feel wet. It doesn't really feel like that. It feels pretty good. So we'll see how it continues to feel throughout the day, but so far it actually feels pretty good. I want to try the gold, but I just want like a tint of it, I think on the inner corner. So I'm going to go into the gold shade Electric. I'm going to put just a smidge of that right here on the inner corner. And just for like a little something. Kind of move it up a little bit too. Work it into the green and the blue. So there's that right there. And then let's do something for the lower lash line. So for lower lash, I'm going to go ahead and go back into that first color we used, Hybrid. I'm going to work that across my lower lash line with the same just like small pencil brush. And actually looks pretty good on the lower lash line. It doesn't look bad. I'm going to add a little bit of the shade Smart. We haven't went into that one, this one right here. And put a tiny, tiny bit of that right here on the outer edge, just like deepen it up a little bit. All right, so there's our first eye look done. I actually really like the way it came out. It's pretty easy to do. It took me like less than 5 minutes to do that. Probably more like 3 minutes. So there's that eye, and it's feeling pretty good. Like it's not feeling too sticky or anything like that. I'm now gonna move on to the neutral palette. We're gonna try this one on the other eye. I'm kind of gonna go in with the same concept idea. So I'm gonna grab that same fluffy brush and start to work one of the shades into the crease first. So I think for this look, I'm going to go into the shade Shift, and I'm gonna put that one into my crease first. So again, just popping it right into the crease just to kind of map out where I want these shadows to go. All right, so now with that same Fairbrush brush, I'm going to go into Convertible, this one here, and it's a really pretty like icy white. And I'm gonna actually use this one for my lid shade. So I'm gonna take this one all over my entire lid, kind of almost like carving out the crease a little bit where we placed that first shadow. And just dropping this one down. I really like this color. I think it's really nice. So once we've got that on, I'm actually going to pick up some of the shade Sport, the white one, and I'm going to go ahead and just place this one right on top, kind of the same thing I did on the other eye. This one has a little bit of purple shift, so it's kind of going to make that a little bit more purple. And I'm just applying this one directly over top of the other shade. And then for inner corner, I think I'm just going to stay within these purples. So I'm still going to go into the same Sport shade and just really get that tight here on the inner corner. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going to go into Compact. This is the first purple shade in the palette, and I'm going to use that for my lower lash. Picking up a little bit of Sport, I'm going to go directly over top of this with that shade. I feel like the shape on this one was a little bit too high up, so I'm actually going to wipe this off. The nice thing about the creams is that you can do that and kind of create the shape you want, because I feel like it was a little bit too high. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and then add a little bit more shadow here on the outer edge. So here is both of the eye looks completed. So we have the Overdrive on this side and then the neutral on this side. I actually really like both the way that these came out. They were super easy to do. It took me like I would say less than 5 minutes to do both eyes, less than 10 minutes maybe, because I was showing you guys, but I feel like both of these eye looks are really easy to do, really nice. I'm kind of impressed with the formula so far because they don't feel heavy on the eyes. That's a problem I have with a lot of cream shadows, like I said, is they just feel like you have a lot of products in your eyes. They feel like normal eyeshadow, like I don't feel like I have anything extra on. I am gonna go ahead and apply some mascara, and we'll go ahead and get into my final thoughts. All right, so I am back. I went ahead and applied a lip. I also did put eyeliner on both of my eyes, just like a really tight little line, just so I could see how the eyeliner applied over top of the cream, but I didn't have any issues with it like slipping or sliding or anything like that, so it's holding up pretty good with the cream eyeshadows. Again, I really like the way both of these looks came out. If I were to do this again, I might not do like that cream in the crease. Like I feel like I could do without it on this eye. But I think it was a really easy palette to use. Both palettes were really easy. I think that both of the looks came out really cool. If you guys are into cream eyeshadows, I definitely think you will like these palettes. If you're not into cream eyeshadows, I think you actually might still like these palettes because like I said, I don't particularly love them, but I really like the way that this eye look came out. It doesn't feel heavy at all on the eyes. I will leave a pinned comment down in the comment section because I'm gonna wear this for the entire day and see how it looks throughout the day. If it does crease, I will let you guys know. But so far, I am giving these a stamp of approval. I will let you guys know when I continue to try them out, how I feel about them, but so far, first impression wise, I think they're pretty good. You guys will have to let me know which eye look you like better. Are you into the overdrive eye, the neutral eye? Drop that down in the comment section. I will have both of these down below if you guys want to go ahead and purchase them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, friends.